Welcome to another episode of Mindfulness Moments. I choose a card from the deck of everyday peace cards, 108 peace cards, 108 mindfulness meditations by Thich Nhat Hanh. Thank you for joining each week. If you're new, welcome. Please like, subscribe, and share. I want to apologize for the sound dropping out of last week's video. I hope you all enjoyed a little bit of silence. I believe my microphone battery died, so hopefully that won't happen today. So I'm going to choose a card from the deck, stopping and looking. To practice, to practice Buddhist meditation, you only need to do two things. First, stopping, and then deep looking. When you stop, you become solid and concentrated. That allows you to practice looking deeply into what's here and looking deeply into the nature of things brings insight. This understanding will liberate you from your suffering. Stopping and looking. One of the practices that Thich Nhat Hanh has introduced into the West, which is very accessible for many, many people, is walking meditation. Although there is movement in there, there's actually stopping as well. You're stopping the hamster wheel of your mind. You're returning to your breath. You're following your footsteps as you caress the earth. You're being in your body, and you're recognizing the habit that your mind has to wander, to cling, to worry, to grasp, to search for things, to regret. Our mind is a wonderful thing. It can bring us much joy, or it can bring us much suffering. By stopping and looking, we take this posture, we take this meditative posture. We sit with our legs crossed, we sit with a straight back, we follow our breath. We put our hands in a certain position, mudra. Some people find this to be very rigid. However, by stilling the body, you can still the mind. You can see as you look deeply into what you're doing, what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what you're sensing. You see the importance of becoming still. I spoke a while ago about having a glass of water and putting something in there like sand, for example, and stirring it up. And then you can watch the whirlwind of the sand crystals floating around. The water's kind of murky, and you can't see through, you can't see to the other side. But with the practice of looking deeply, with the practice of reflecting, with the practice of stopping and looking, you can allow that sand to fall to the bottom and the clear water ahead. You can see through. If, however, we don't still the body, after we stir that glass up, if we keep walking with it, shaking it, moving it, It's going to be a long time before that sand settles and we can see clearly through the water. If we let that sand settle enough, we can drink off the water. We can become nourished. So, being still, being present, we can see our afflictions. We can see where we're hung up. We can begin to notice how our mind wants to cling to things, wants to identify with our suffering, rather than recognizing it, letting it settle, and drinking off the pure water off the top. We want to continue to stir it up. We want to continue to bring back regrets from the past, worries about the future. This is just habit energy, and this habit energy can be changed by stopping, by looking. We can even choose to stop following that madness. We can choose to engage in deep conversation with others where we actually listen. We listen to their opinion. We listen to their ideas. We listen to their perspective. We don't necessarily have to agree, but they may be able to open our mind to another avenue, another perspective, another way of looking at things. And by looking deeply into ourselves, looking deeply into our suffering, our afflictions, we can see and hear those same things in the other person. And by deep listening, we can relieve them. We can relieve ourselves, and then we can feel a deep connection. We can see that there's no separateness, that you and I, we share this big mind. It's only the ego mind that creates this separateness. And when we can connect with big mind, big self, by looking deeply, by stopping, by coming back to the breath, then we can walk into this world as givers of light. Thank you again for tuning in each week. Please like, subscribe, and share. It really helps the algorithm. If you are enjoying these, please leave a comment. I really value those. Thank you. See you again.